So in this video, I'm going to show you how to find out what font a specific design is using. So if you find a design that is selling well and you think it's selling well because the font is cool or whatever, I'm going to show you a way how you could figure out what the font is, and then I'll show you how you could try to find the font for free or find an alternate font that looks the same. So let's get started. So here's a shirt that I'm sure you probably have seen. It's just a basic text shirt that says God first, family, then team name. For this one, they use the Sooners, which is a college team out of Oklahoma. But a lot of people have been using it for other teams in the NFL, NBA, and even for other non-sports stuff. So if you saw this design and you wanted to copy the font because you know the font is selling and people like the way it looks and the layout and all that, then the first thing you have to do is take a screenshot of the font. If you're on a Mac like me, you just hit Command Shift and the number 4. I'm just going to take a screenshot of the top line only. After I have the screenshot, I'm going to go to Google and search for WhatTheFont. It'll be the first result that you get. You could bookmark the page if you want. So now you just click here and you upload the screenshot that you just took of the font and click Continue. What this site is going to do is it's going to try to break down all the letters it could find in the image. So what you have to do is just you go through it and make sure that the letters it found are the right letters. So I'm going to change the lowercase I to a capital I, and everything else is fine, so I'm going to click Continue. On this page, it shows you all the fonts that come close to it. But this site sells fonts, so most of the results that they give you are going to be fonts that are for sale. So if you click on the link to each font, you see that this one costs $29 and the second one costs $19.95. So you could buy these if you want, but if you're on a budget, then you could just go up on Google and just try to find these on your own. So I'm gonna try to find the first font, and to search for it, I just put the name of the font and then I put font after it. The first font is going to be hard to find because of the name of it. It's just going to give you a bunch of fonts that people use for flyers, either for clubs or parties or whatever. So it's not really a specific name. So I'm going to go back and try to search for the other font, which is the Futura. So a Futura font. And see, it gives me a few results. So I'm going to click here and see if I could download the font from here. So yeah, so it looks to be this one right here. Just click on the download. I put that little code and I could download the font. So on sites like these, you have to be careful to not click like all the ads and all that, because you might get into like a weird loop and have like all these pop-ups come up. But I mean, it's a good way to get some free fonts instead of having to pay for them. After you install the font, just open up a document in Photoshop or any other program that you use and just start to create your design. So now I'm going to just change the font to Futura. And you can see it looks pretty much the same thing as on the shirt. Let's take a look. Well, the font in the middle is smaller, so we got to fix that so it's all the same size. So I'm going to just highlight it. I could lower the font size, then move up the heading on top and change the bottom one as well. And there you go. The same exact design. So now you could take this design and change it to anything that you want. So I'll take out the Sooners and put the Cowboys if I want to make a shirt for the Dallas Cowboys. I'll just make it smaller, change the font a bit. Or I could just put the Dolphins for people who live in Miami. I could target people who are like into yoga. Target people who are into Brazil or whatever, you know. I mean, it could be anything that you want it to be. The important thing to know is that when you copy a design or or try to mimic a design, you shouldn't do the same exact thing as the other person, because not only are they already doing it and they have the ads that are working for it, if you try to compete with the same person in the same niche, it's going to cost you a lot of money just to catch up, because they already have an ad that is working and that is selling a lot. So I mean, if you're going to mimic a design, find a totally different niche and then do your thing. So that's it for this one.